Hey guys, this is Chris. I haven't been on in a little while. I've been super busy this summer. I actually got to play some music, so that was cool. But tonight I want to show you guys a little trick. Sometimes it's not so much about how you play on the guitar, but what you're doing with the guitar and how you manipulate it. So tonight I want to show you something that I've been doing ever since we were about 12 or 13 years old. My dad showed me this trick. I think he probably got it from Buddy Hyman. And this is just a cheap, this is an applause guitar. It's not very expensive, but it's dear to me. It belonged to my good friend David Gonzalez that I played with in Florida. A wonderful, wonderful brother. And he passed away, and his wife said, thought she'd like to have his guitar, and I think of him every time I play it. But the thing about this guitar, what's different about it, it's not the guitar itself, but it's the strings that I have on it. And what we've done is we've changed the strings. And so the first two are normal. I just put these on the other day, so they're stretching a little bit. The first two are normal. Then the next four are one octave higher. Hear that? They would be like the second set of strings on a 12 string. Now what we used to do for this is we used to get banjo strings and tune up. We had a little Gibson. We would always keep it tuned up. This is called high third, or it's also called a high G or Nashville tuning. And what's nice about it is when you hit a chord, and you get that really high sound. And I'm just playing normal chords. And what we used to do is get banjo strings, but you had to get the banjo strings that have the ball on the end like this, because most banjo strings have a loop on the end that hook to the bridge, so you have to get the ones with the ball on the end. But now I know that Diodario and others make a set. This is actually a set that I bought, Diodario. It's called Nashville Tuning. And they're phosphor bronze, of course, which gives you a good, nice acoustic sound. And what's cool about this is if you have an old guitar laying around, maybe when you don't care so much about, or maybe one with bad action, if you put the light gauge strings on it, it'll actually help the action, and you can have a spare guitar with some different sounds. Pierce Pettis uses this sound a lot on his music. But what's neat is you can, my capo came apart. I'll fix that in a minute. It just came loose. Let me do this other capo. What's really neat is you can put it way up on the neck, and then it sounds even higher. Hear that? See that? Almost like a harpsichord or something. And you can do this, like if you have two guitars, like if you're playing at church or if you're in a band, it adds another sound to the group. Now they used to do this a lot on recordings. They would have one guy just playing normal rhythm, and then the other guy would be up here. If you're doing a recording, you can mix that down in the mix so it's not really pronounced, and it just adds a lot to your sound. So if you've got an old guitar laying around, you can do this. You have to watch your tuning. Sometimes they do get a little tricky about whether they want to stay in tune or not, because the strings are very, very light. And it's easy if you're heavy-handed to just pound them off and break them. So you got to be kind of careful with it. But that's a little trick that I like. You can... If you go up the neck with your chords too, you can do some really neat things because of just the way the chords fall. I'm not doing anything fancy, just slide my D, my E. It's just another little sound you can add into your group, especially, like I said before, when you have two guitars playing together, if you're both doing the exact same thing, one of you is useless. So if you have a spare one laying around, string it up like this, and you can just play it just as it is, but it'll sound like a whole different instrument, sort of like a violin and a viola playing together in a group. So anyway, there you go. There's your little guitar tip for this week. I hope to be on more. Thanks to my friend Claude McWhorter, who old drummer buddy from Florida, who said, "Hey, I like those videos. I wish you'd do some more of them." So I try to get around to it. I stay pretty busy. I do pastor Calvary Chapel in Nashville, and try to play every chance I can. So keeps me pretty busy. But anyway, God bless you guys, and feel free to connect with me on social media, and I'd love to hear from you. God bless y'all, all y'all.